Shockwave building, heavy reverb blast, echoing like stadium thunder. Pulse up, pulse hot, smoke getting faster. Vocal whisper layers, feel the blast wave. Rising pitch effects like a jet engine kicking off. Tight snares rolling faster and faster. Siren synths rising mid. Siren synths rising mid-pitch. Blast wave, 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 blast wave. Oh, the blast wave, feel the blast wave, blast wave. Tight snares rolling faster and faster. Siren synths rising mid-pitch. Distorted rhymes, stacked with verses, stacked with white noise. Vocal chops stuck with white noise. Blast wave, fading in with every reverb. Missing crowd check effects to give a festival vibe. Deep filter stuck pulsing beneath the real beat. This is the anthem. Even heavier bass side with growling mid layers. Double time hi-hats, machine gun snares. Shockwave effects on every downbeat. Let melody twist into a distorted rave synth hook. Fully decayed subwoofer crash tail. Blast wave, complete. Blast wave, legend one last bass explosion. Fading into silence. Blast wave, complete. Tight snares rolling faster and faster. Siren synths rising in pit. Distorted rhymes, stacked with white noise. Contrasted with white noise. White noise. White noise. Blast wave, complete. Even heavier bass design. Growling mid layers. Double time hi-hats. Typical festival vibe. Deep filters up, pulsing beneath. Pulsing beneath. This is the anthem. Even heavier bass design with growling mid layers. Double time hi-hats, machine gun snares. Shockwave effects on every downbeat. Let melody twist into a distorted rave synth hook. This is the anthem. Lady decayed subwoofer crash tail. Final vocal and complete. Ends with one last bass explosion fading into silence. Engine revs, turbo spool effects layered with distant street ambience. Low sub bass hum sets the foundation. Metallic percussive elements, tire screeches, gear shifts, whispered vocal track shift, engage. Snare rolls increasing in tempo. Rising synth simulate RPM ramp up. Turbo hiss and white noise, sweet flat tension. Anthem, track shift. Short silence, first drop hits. Whoa, rack shift. Distorted kick, heavy sub-bass growl. Leads and glides aggressively across stereo field. Rumble bass layered with glitch effects for extra punch. Turbo washes, accent transition. Vocal shock patch punctuates downbeats. Atmospheric pads with echoing street sounds. Filter sub-bass pulses beneath melodic effects. Robotic whisper, feel the surge, hit the line. Fast shift, drag shift anthem. Caster kick traps anthem. A fade into deep sub-rumble. Turbo spool effects, decays with reverb tails. Final whisper, turbo blast, track shift anthem complete. Layered with reverb, and when you feel it beating into a deep sub-rumble. Metallic purpose heads like witches in lizards. Atmospheric pads with glitchy vocal depth drift line. Rising filters, feedback, headlights that flick on in the dark. Lightning turbo hiss, rush effects. It tries to synth on mimicking RPM climbing vocal chops, stud, drift, it, drop it. the night. The bassline hum under shimmering synth layers. Even harder bass growls layered with trap hi-hats. Distorted turbo effects firing every 4 bars. Lead melody pull extractations back into full rhythm. Fading paths pulsate in tabs. The tires with the entire spill that echoes into silence. Ends with the rave with some vocal sonic clash. Drift complete.
Turbo spool effects, low sub bass on simulating idling RPM, metallic street percussion, tire screeches, gear shift cranks, whisper vocal engine overdrive, build up on the drive, arrow speeding up with rising synth, turbo hiss and sweep effects, layered vocal chops, echo jive, overdrive, short silence, first drop hits, withdrawing kick, punchy sub bass growl, lead synth slicing across stereo feels like engine burst, tension heads of turbo washes, accent transition, vocal chop, engine punctuates, downbeats, atmospheric, car ambient, electric sub bass, pulse beneath robotic whisper, prepare for full throttle, double time kick pattern with trap hi-hats, aggressive wobble bass layered with mid bass growls, late synth glides dynamically with pitch bends, turbo burst and glitch effects, accent each bar, overdrive, overdrive, overdrive. Bass into low rumble like engine winding down. Turbo spool decays with reverb tails. Final whisper, sonic shift, engine overdrive complete.
Engine revs, turbo spool effects. Pulse up, bass, rumble mimicking, idling, RPM, metallic percussion, street grid hits, tire screams, whisper vocal, full throttle, engaged. Rapid stare rolls with rising synths. Turbo hiss, white noise sweeps, build tension, riot, 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 viable throttle. Brief silence, first drop hits. Distorted kick, punchy sub, bass growl. Links and slices dynamically across stereo field. Wobble bass layered with glitch effects. Turbo washes accentuate transitions. Vocal chop, riot hits, downbeats. Atmospheric pads, distant city night effects. Filtered sub bass pulses under melodic effects. Robotic whisper, prepare for maximum surge. Faster kick, pattern plunge, trap hi-hats. Aggressive bass growls layered with mid bass wobble. Lead synth glides dynamically with pitch bends. Turbo burst glitch, accentuate every bar. Crowd shuttle, riot, riot, riot. Bass fades into low sub rumble. Turbo spool effects decays with reverb tails. Final whisper, sono whisper, full throttle, riot complete.
Metallic punch gear shift effect, slow rolling bass and idling engine, reverse slicer, swooper, talking, gear locking gauge. Snare roll with echoing metallic hits. Gear grinding inside layered under rising synths. Vocal chop, slam it before drop. Drop, engage. Grinding mechanical synth league like gear smashing off beat. Laser stabs, turbo hisses. Growling bass fills every 4 bars. Vocal stab, lock down. Dark pad with industrial echo. Chemical clock ticking gear click. Some drone slowly rising. Restore effect. System overload. Faster drum pattern. Trap hi-hats. Baseline becomes harsher like engines grinding metal. Low off. Slap, slap. Down. Slap, 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 slap. Chains and impact effects layered with subs. Engine led face into a digital shutdown. Last metallic clang echoing robotic whisper. Bass night dominated. Drop, engage. Grinding mechanical synth league like gear smashing off beat. Laser stab, turbo hisses. Growling bass fills every 4 bars. Vocal stab, lockdown. Dark pad with industrial
industrial echoes. Mechanical clock ticking gear clicks. Subdrone slowly rising whisper. Effect system overload. System overload. Faster drum pattern, drum hi-hats. Bassline becomes harsher, like engines grinding metal. Insert vocal chop, slap, slap. Chains of impact back layered with subs. I'll operate. Engine rev feeds into a digital shutdown. Last metallic clang echoing robotic whisper. Bass night terminated. Bass night terminated. Engaged.
Engine ignition sacks keep turning sudden vroom. Deep sub pulses like a car engine idling. Metallic risers climbing slowly. Robotic whisper.
Ignition overload.
Roll builds faster. Turbo is layered in. Rising sim sweep mimics fuel burning hotter. Revving FX sync with rising pitch. Quick silence before drop. Progressive kick and snare combo with heavy reverb. Growling bass stabs with glitchy fills. Leads and screeches like grinding metal. Engine rev turbo surge effects between phrases. Vocal chop ignites with every 4 bars. Atmosphere goes dark, eerie paths with engine crackling. Sub bass sustains underneath.
Static vocal line, fire bass overload engaged. Faster rhythm, hi-hats, layer trap style. Bass gets dirtier with laser growls and wobble patterns. High pitch with stabs cut through like alarms. Ignition effects, ignitions and transitions.
Overload. Bass filters down, leaving only engine idle evacs. Overload. Engine shuts off, silence. Final glitch echo. AMPDR overload complete.
Engine level that has been creeped on me. Slow sub bass on simulating idling RPM. Sound with ether, gearshift clicks. Whisper vocal max speed. Engage. Build up one's wave with rising six. Turbo hits wide noise, sweet full tension. Vocal drop. Max speed. Sharp off first top hits. Distorted kick. Punchy sub bass growl. Leads and slicing adequately across stereo field. Low bass layered with glitch effects or added intensity. Turbo whooshes, accent transitions. Vocal chop, max speed. Punctuates downbeats. Atmospheric paths with fake or ambient effects. Filters up bass pulses under melodic depth. Robotic whisper, prepare for full throttle. Faster kick pattern, trap style hi-hats. Aggressive bass cross layered with mid bass bar wobble. Leads and glides dynamically with pitch bends. Turbo bursts, glitch accentuate each bar. Max speed, drop. Bass fades into deep sub rumble. Turbo spool effects, deep case with reverb tails. Final whisper, AMP drive, max speed drop complete.
Engine rev effects a turbo whistle. Low sub bass will mimic an idle RPM. Metallic percussion and gear shift clanks, vocal and fork engaged. Snare rolls accelerate late in with the risers. Synthesize the turbo RPM, increasing vocal drop it, torque sounds for one beat, first drop hits. Drop one beat, first drop hits. Distorted kicks with echoing engine revs. Filtered sub-bass pulsing slowly. We're ready for the next surge. Faster kicks and trap style hi-hats growling with bass filled with wobbles of bass with wobble. Ready for the next surge. Faster kicks and trap style hi-hats growling with bass layered with wobble for the next. Final turbo hiss effects that gaze into silence. Robotic whisper harness drive.
A big rumble mimicking engine growl. Robotic whisper, nitro. Anthem feeling like streetlight flickering. Narrow lid with tuning kicks, beeps and punches. Screeching lead spins like tires skidding. Growing bass line with stuffed or trap fiddles. Nitro flame wash half every 8 bars. Vocal stop, go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Spacey pads with echoing sirens. Sub-bass bass, heartbeat kick with burning folk that's what's engaged. Double time drums, relentless hi-hat. Bass gets more aggressive, robotic crossover placer stacks. Nitro take effects. Dakota drop, nitro, metro. Engine downshift effects, red fades out. Distant echoes of the lead melody. Final whisper, burble out. Distant cars in your heart. Roll a big rumble mimicking engine growl. Robotic whisper, nitro. Rising still going like streetlight flickering. Rising still, distorted kicks, beeps and punches. Screeching lead spins like tires skidding. Growing bass line with stuffed or trap fiddles. Nitro flame wash half every 8 bars. Vocal stop, go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Heavy distorted kicks, deep sub punches. Screeching lead spins like tires skidding. Growing bass line with stuffed or trap fiddles. Nitro flame wash half every 8 bars. Vocal stop.
Engine ruffles full effects. Softer bass hums setting up the glide. Reverb so metallic the purples of taps. Whispered vocal. Glide, 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 glide. Snare building tension with rising pitch effects. Seem high pitch you're gliding upwards like accelerating RPM. Turbo hiss and sidechain riser layered. Glide, 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 glide. Smooth yet aggressive leads and sliding across area field. Wobble bass layers creating thunder melodic stab. Turbo wash, Anthem transient. Atmospheric paths with faint tire squeals. Filtered bass pulses under neon inspired melody. Ride the night, glide, glide, glide. Faster drum pattern trap hi-hats. Bass growls layered with wobble effects. Leads and glides of slow pitch bends, bends, bends. Turbo bursts, butcha, glide. High speeds into sub-rumble. Turbos full decays and reverb tails echo. Final whisper, Foxy on BM, nitro glide.
Engine rev effects with turbo hiss and stereo. Sub-bass hum mimicking idling RPMs. Metallic percussive hits like street grates clanging. Whispered vocal FX, overboost engage. Snare rolls accelerating in tempo. Rising simple simulating turbo pressure building. Double chops back gauge. With silence before the first explosive drop. Force double 8 kick to heavy sub-bass growls. Leads into 808 kick heavy sub-bass growls. Turbo whoosh effects and car shift sounds in H-bar. Overboost punctuates transitions. Ambient pads with echoing city night sounds. Rumble bass pulses under fake car engine revs. 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 Rumble bass pulses pulses under fake car engine revs. Rumble bass pulses under fake car engine revs. Rumble composing with later growls. Faster, harder kicks with treble hi-hats. Bassline grows more aggressive with later growls. Leads and slide dynamically across stereo field. Effects turbo burst accent the drop. Welcome chop. Turbo burst accent the drop.
Loads of bass hum simulates idling RPM. Metallic shit percussion, tire scrapes, gear shift clanks. Whispered vote, blitz, engage. Accelerating snare rolls with rising synths. Turbo hiss, white noise sweeps, built tension. Look, blitz, overdrive, blitz, engage. Accelerating snare rolls with rising synths. Turbo hiss, white noise sweeps, built tension. Look, blitz, overdrive. Overdrive, blitz, overdrive. Sharp silence, first drop hits. Distorted kick punchy sub-bass growl. Leaps and slices dynamically across stereo field. Wobble bass layer with glitch effects adds aggression. Turbo whooshes, exact transitions. Vocal chop blitz punctuates down beats. Atmospheric pads with distant urban street facts. Filtered sub-bass pulses under melodic effects. Robotic whisper, feel the surge, full throttle. Faster kick pattern plus trap style hi-hats. Aggressive wobble bass with mid-bass growls layered. Lead synth glides dynamically with pitch bends. Turbo burst glitch effects accentuate each bar. Drive, blitz, blitz, overdrive, blitz, blitz. Accent will fire, hot beats. Blitz, blitz, overdrive. Fades into deep sub-rumble. Turbo spool effects decays with reverb tails. Final whisper, intro beats. Overdrive, blitz, complete.
Engine warming up.
Overdrive.
Nitro. Build enters, sits pan left right. Nitro. Build enters, heartbeat style. Tension rises with rapid arrows and above effects. Layered vocal chop, go, nitro. Creepy laser, synth pan left right. Quick silence then drop. Heavy distorted 808 kicks, sharp claps. Main simply some leap steps with pitch bends, fast paced. Sub-bass wobble with turbo X on every fourth beat. Clutchy fills and engine shift effect between bars. Cross-out jet sample, nitro. Rumbling bass plus distant highway. Elvis lyric pad with faint vocal echo at gauge. Sweeping reverb tail, silence, then riser begins. Even heavier kick drum, layers of bass. Lead synth, double with bright club for contrast. Offbeat, stutter effects, gear shifting. Huge turbo siren effect, sweeping upward visible energy. Designed for massive bass systems. Gradual filter sweep pulling a high-end frequencies. Bass softens into a low rumble like an engine fading away. Final, low drive, nitro, complete. Surprising rapid snare rolls and uplifter effects. Go, nitro. Sweeping laser synth pan left right. Please silence, then drop. Heavy distorted 808 kicks, sharp class bass and lazy leaf. Steps with gift bends, fast pace. Sub-bass wobble with turbo X on every fourth beat. Every fourth beat. Cross-out jet sample, nitro. Rolling bass, that's distant highway. Atmospheric pad with faint vocal echo at gauge. Sweeping reverb tail, silence, then riser begins. Even heavier kick drum, layers of bass. lead synth double with pipe up for contrast. Offbeats, better effects, gear shifting. Huge turbo siren effect sweeping upward, visible energy designed for massive bass systems. Gradual filter sweep pulling out high-end frequencies. Bass softens into low rumble like an engine fading away. Final live nitro complete. Engine warming up. Gradual filter sweep pulling out high-end frequencies. Bass softens into low rumble like an engine fading away. Final robotic Velcro complete.
Engine revving in a turbo spool, effects with stereo panning. Also bass hum like an idling car. Killer percussion, tire screeches, gear shifts, and street grid hits. Whisper both thrash engage. Rapid snare rolls layered with rising synths. Turbo hiss effects and swing flicks rise in pitch. Flash, thrash, pedal. Short silence, first lock hits. Drop 1-1. Heavy distorted kicks up bass growl. Leads and slicing across stereo feel like drifting tires. Thrash, flash effects and turbo washes, accent transitions. Vocal chop, pedal thrash, punctuating every downbeat. Atmospheric pass with echoing engine revs. Filters up bass, pulsing beneath robotic whisper. Prepare for the next surge. Faster kick pattern with traps, the hi-hats. Aggressive bass cross layered with wobble and pitch effects. Lead sit slides dynamically across stereo field. Turbo burst, glitches, accents at the drop. Pedal, pedal, thrash, rash. Rapid snare rolls layered with rising synths. Filter effects of fleet effects, rising pitch. Pedal, thrash, pedal. Rapid snare rolls layered with rising synths. Turbo hiss effects and sweep effects rise in pitch. Thrash, thrash, pedal. Short silence, first one hits. Heavy distorted kicks up bass growl. Leads and slicing cross stereo feel like drifting tires. Glitch effects and turbo washes, accent transitions. Vocal chop, pedal flash, punctuating every downbeat. Atmospheric pass with echoing engine revs. Filters up bass, pulsing beneath robotic whisper. Prepare for the next surge. Faster kick pattern with traps, the hi-hats. Aggressive bass cross layered with wobble and pitch effects. Lead sit slides dynamically across stereo field. Turbo burst, glitches, accents at the drop. Pedal, pedal thrash. Rapid snare rolls layered with rising synths. Filter effects of sleep effects, rising hits. Pedal, thrash, pedal. Bass fades into a low rumble like engine winding down. Turbo spool decays and reverb tails echo. Final whisper AMP musters. Pedal thrash complete. Pedal, pedal thrash. Pedal thrash. Pedal, pedal thrash.
Distant tire screech effects. Also to the bass like a car idling. Neon up, flicking it in with river tails. 3-step go. Faster, faster, faster and faster. Layer less pitch to pieces like an engine cutting RPM. Three. This is electro bass fast side change kick drill wash effects. Listen ready like a dance trick across the mix. Bass growl, being alive. Harsh effects, 3 sessions. Soft, final feel, distant at the speed of light. Bass humming, engine revs. Ready, prepare for maximum energy. Complete melody with aggressive bass growl. That's the hi-hat feels beating into the electro bass line. Ignore flames, turbo spins with every beat. Ready, set, go. Gradual fade is an ox deep subtail. Final flavor 3. Neon hum.
Engine revs
turbo spool effects fade in. Low sub bass rumble laying the foundation. Metallic streak percussion, tire scrapes, gear shift clanks. Whisper vocal RPM, ignition starts your engines. Snare rolls accelerate with rising synths. White noise sweeps and turbo hiss, layer tension. Vocal chops, echo, ignite, ignite, RPM. Turbo first drop hits. First drop hits. Distorted kick, punchy sub-bass ground. Leads and slices dynamically across stereo field. Wobble bass layered with glitch effects for intensity. Turbo rushes accent, transcends and sins. Perfect mission hits down beats, atmospheric pads with distant urban street effects. Filtered sub-bass pulses under melodic effects. Robotic whisper, feel the surge. Full throttle. Double time kick, pattern trap style hi-hats, aggressive wobble bass with mid-bass cross layered. Lead sim glides dynamically with pitch bends. Turbo bursts, filter pitch effects accentuate each bar. RPM, ignition. Double time kick to deep sub rubble. Turbo first drop hits. 10Ks with free tails. Final whisper, sonic theme, winding mission complete. And you have turbo full effects, layered distant streets. Low sub bass rumble mimicking idle RPM. Metallic percussion like street grids and tire hits. Vocal effects, speedline engaged. Tight snare rolls accelerating with rising synths. Turbo hiss and sweep that layered on top. Vocal chops, stutter, riot, riot, speed line. Silence for one beat before the first drop. Those will drop one. Sport an 808 kick, heavy sub-bass growls. Bass and slicing across stereo field like tire sliding. Sidechain bass hits with glitchy effects. Turbo engine wash, punctuating transitions. Speed line hits every downbeat. Atmospheric pads with echoing C-night sounds. Filtering sub-bass pulse under faint tire squeals. Robotic voice, riot mode activated. Drop 2, riot, riot. Bass and synth fade into a low sub rumble. Engine idle effects decays into silence. Final robotic whisper upending. Speedline complete. Engage. Low sub rumble with faint car engine revving in stereo. Metallic percussive takes like traffic lights clicking vocal whisper. Feel the surge. Kick pattern starts off but steady, growing in intensity. Rising snare rolls with distortion. Sweeping risers, turbo hiss. Surge, quick silence, then explosive drop. Heavy distorted kick, sharp clap snare combo. Aggressive saw wave led, bouncing stabs with pitch slides. Sub-bass wobbles, layered under glitch fills. Turbo gear shift effects between phrases. Jet cymbal stream, surge goes with reverb. Ambient pads with faint police siren in the distance. Distant, the city never sleeps. Filtered bass, heartbeat pulsing low. Atmosphere sweep, transitions into next. Build. Double layer bass line, harder and more distorted. Syncopated lead melody with glitch stutters. Trap hi-hats rolling at 132 for extra height. Vocal chops reverse sounding robotic. Energy bass with festival style drop sweeps. Kick and bass fade into low rumble. Neon synth up, BO echoes out. Final robotic filter, street surge, complete.
the glitch fills. Turbo gear shift effects between phrases. Jazz cymbal street, Sergeant goes with reverb. Heavy hit pads with faint police siren in the distance. Distance, 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 distance. The thing never sleeps. Filter bass, heartbeat pulsing low. Atmosphere is sweet. Transitions into next. Build. Double layer of bass line, harder and more distorted. Syncopated lead melody with glitch stutters. Drop hi-hats rolling at 132 for extra height. Vocal chops reverse sounding robotic. Energy pace with festival style drop sweeps. Kick and bass fade into low rumble. Neon centaur, Hebio echoes out.
Engine revs, urban ambient back. Metallic fake percussion, tire screeches, road clanks. Whispered vocals, streetways, engage. Whispered vocals, streetways. Arrow rolls accelerating with rising sense. Turbo hisses, well, extra tension. Flat, streetways. Turbo rushes, accent gets transmission. Vocal chops, slam, punching rates, down beats. Necessary pads with echoing urban sounds. It's up, bass pulses under soft melodic. Robotic whisper ride the streets. Feel the wave. Double time kicks, trap style hi-hats. Rusted marble bass and mid-bass growls layered. Leaps and fights dynamically with pitch modulation. Turbo burst, street percussion, fire spit the song. Streetway slam. Bass fades into sub-rumble. Turbo flow affects the case of river kill. Final whisper, grabber, streetway slam complete. Fire screech, triple spool effects. Low gas filter bass heartbeat. Metallic riser builds atmosphere. Whisper vocal, turbo drift. Barrel intensifies with distortion. Rising synth glides up like engine revving. Turbo wash effects with sidechain sweeps. Silence for a beat then first slam. Heavy distorted kick, punchy snare combo. Marble bass line sings with conjured samples. High-pitched lead stabs with glitch fills. Turbo thriller sound moving into bass. Drift hits with each downbeat. Echo vocal heat. Soft pads with faint core revving loop. Some bass drum fades in, teasing second drop. Turbo drift. Turbo drift. Turbo thriller sound moving into bass. Yes, drop influence, double layered ball bass, sharper and dirtier. Lead melody evolves into sliding pitch bends, gear shift effects with tire screech cuts. Global drift, kick phase, leaving distorts up. Car engine rev echoes and fades out. Turbo drift, turbo drift. Faster hi-hats, trap influence. Double layered growl bass, sharper and dirtier. Lead melody evolves into sliding pitch bends. Gear shift effects with tire screech cuts. Global drift, kick phase, leaving distorts up. Car engine rev echoes and fades out. Turbo drift. Turbo drift.
Seven city sounds with distant car engines. Metallic street effects like tire hits on asphalt. Whispered vocal rush nights. Devil rush nights. Air rolls and rising stitches simulating engine revs. Turbo hiss and pitch rising FX layer. Vocal rush turbo rush nights. Distorted kick heavy sub bass growls. Synths glide across stereo field like neon streaks. Level bass layers with glitch effects for added intensity. Turbo whoosh, X punctuating transitions. Vocal chop, nights of each downbeat. Atmospheric paths with echoing city night ambiance. Filtered sub-bass pulses under soft hi-hats. Robotic whisper, feel the rush. Faster drum pattern with trap-style hi-hats. Aggressive wobble bass layered with mid-bass growls. Lead synth glides with pitch modulation. Turbo rush nights. Turbo rush nights.
Low sound bass hum simulates idling. Metallic straight percussion, tire scrapes, gear shift clanks. Turbo torque, engage. Snare rolls increase in tempo. Rising synths mimic revving engines. Turbo hits like noise sweeps that tension. Vocal chops echo. Turbo short pause first drop hits. Whoa. Distorted kick heavy soft bass growl. Lead synth slice dynamically across stereo field. Wobble bass layer with glitch effects for punch. Turbo washes accent transitions. Vocal chalk punctuates downbeats. Atmospheric pads with echoing urban night effects. Bass pulses ever melodic effects. The bottom bass layer with a good pitch bends. Turbo burst with glitch that clean.
Turbo torque.
Into deep sub rumbles. Turbo school effects, gaze with the reverb tails. Final whisper drops to control each bar. Turbo school effects plus engine revs fading in. Low sub bass rumble sets the foundation. Metallic percussion, tire hits and street clangs. Whisper for velocity, engage. Rapid snare rolls layered with rising synths. White noise sweeping turbo hits, building tension.
Bassline, 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 bassline.
Velocity. Distorted kick, heavy sub-bass growl filled like neon streaks. Wobble bass layered with glitch effects for extra punch. Turbo washes accent transitions. Vocal chop velocity punctuates downbeats. Ambient passes and echoing street sounds. Filtered sub-bass pulses under soft melodic bends. Robotic feel the rush. Faster kick pattern plus trap style hi-hats. Aggressive bass growls layered with mid-bass wobble. Glides with pitch module across stereo field. Turbo burst glitch effects emphasize transition.
Bassline, 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 bassline.
Bass fades in a deep sub. Reverb tails. Final whisper, Mitra core. Velocity baseline complete. Turbo whistle slowly rising like an engine spooling up. Vocal effects whisper storming coming. Decrease bass, rumble underneath. Snare build tightening with triplet rolls. Rising pitch with layers synced with turbo hiss. Vocal chops double. Turbo. natural world will unravel. Ensures the pulses in airy pad. Chemical effects, turbo spool, car shift clunk, echo void, scav drive, even heavier distorted. One player mid, bass growls. The drum switch up with trap hi-hats, double kicks. Turbo effects that change the tune of the kick, making it pump hard. Double chop, nitro. Heads with the turbo winding down. Last wobble echoes out into silence. Robotic whisper system offline. Volt storm turbo. Volt turbo. Nitro. Vocal chopper winding down. Goes out into silence. Winding whispers. Winding down. Last wobble and it goes winding down. Vocal chopper winding down.
Initiating kill code. Distorted startup ethics like a corrupted website boot. Fast scrolling code as I fix underlay with thumping lo-fi kick, robotic voice and echo. Kill code. Injected bounce rate at critical levels. 404 escalation acceleration. Narrow shot like broken packets. Pushy vocal shots of the word bounce. High pitch rise are glitching in steps. Terminal error sound interspersed with trap claps. Spasm corrects glitching in steps. Terminal error sound interspersed with trap claps. Glitch a wobble bass with erratic pitch modulation. Off-grid sends leads skipping like packet loss. Sub-bass hits like firewalls collapsing under load. Kill code activated. Groovy rhythm with chaotic swing. Bounce rate surging. Flat lines, face bucket pulses, browser refresh. I warped into ambient noise. Whispered. Entering failed. Initiating bypass loop. Battery release viral RPG door descending with reverse bounce effects. Kick roll making heartbeat spike. Execute. Final heart snare hits cut into silence. Fatal bounce detonation, more aggressive baseline. Dispersion flow increases droplet glitch up hybrid sampling. Echo sensor with plebs sensor with low and slap bass. Wobble and glitch shout. Bounce rate breeze. Down rolls strip like browser crash. Now fades and broken ambience. Filtered voice detected. Kill code looping. High energy bounce trap fusion. Glitch snares with jet delay and syncopated reverse kicks. Big side release and twitch slash with data spam effects. Hits with a kill switch glitch. Slicing into silence. All percussion drops out. Fade broadband static fading into silence. Terminal voice one last time. Broadband static fading into silence. Terminal voice one last time. Downstream 100% kill code complete. Chilled, syncopated beat enters soft kick airy snare. Red fragments flutter around stereo field. Main melody dusty synth pad mixed with reverse vocal layers. Glides beneath like an unstable transmission. Full of progressive bait of distorted file loading sounds. Percussion tightens with tape scratch rolls. Compression tightens with tape scratch rolls. wave collapse mode. Built through social bass and melody clipped and stuttering. Compression crushes every hit into a warbly wall. Reverse glitch, snare rolls, then memory plays. The melting vacant's digital sleep, your white noise burst. Fades into digital static. Leaves like a dying mood. Final sound, rising reverse tone that cuts out abruptly. Silence. Corrupt flames melts mid-phrase. Final seconds, digital scream into white noise burst. Fades into digital static. Driven beats like a dying mood. Final sound, rising reverse tone that cuts out abruptly. Silence. A jolt of electric noise snaps into the mix. Electrostatic build-up, alarm sirens reversed. Blizzard's heartbeat can throb underneath. Initiated sound explodes in layered bass seizure. Streamless for the scare hits. Sharp ends are lit so through a big of a liquid machine. Exhaling steam, decompression. The circuit leads and glitches with pitch modulation. Curse shock the system. Slash shock the system. High pass filtered, kick rhythms. Robotic whispers drift, rewire the nerve grid. Mid-bass drums spin like neural scanners. Effects, high pitch electropulses coming out, fiddling signal. Pleasure vectors into sawtooth slams. Every 4 bars synthetic shot pulses snap everything into silence. Initiating biosphere. Pushing tidings almost heartbeat tempo. Traceum feeling picture grows is ambience. Heading mimics brain scan frequencies. Vital signs, unstable, prepare for reboot. Full frequency consistently and slowly rise back with white noise. Energy explodes, cybernetic trap massacre. Baseline modulates in sync with imagined vitals. First sound and crackles, reflex layer over big core drums. Equal fits and it'll be saturation. The instant of visual fades is over its side. Final sound, defibrillator flatline beat. Visual audio equivalent of a rebooting machine. Exhaling steam. Exhaling steam. This isn't a reset, it's resurrection. Repeating subversion takes into low mass static. Final sound, defibrillator flatline beat. Visual audio equivalent of a rebooting machine. Exhaling steam. Signal. That's build, eerie digital cryostasis ambience. Glitch scanning mimics brain scan frequencies. Vital signs, unstable, prepare for reboot. Frequencies just a sub only and slowly rise back with white noise. Everything explodes, cybernetic trap massacre. Aliens, but it's burning mimics brain scan frequencies. Vital signs, unstable, prepare for reboot. All frequencies drop, just a only and slow Prometheus life. Slows and layered bass seizure. machine hums with reverberated double echoes. Faint glitch pulses pan left to right. Some drone builds tension underneath. Some robotic voice says, initializing the brute protocol. The optic keeper percussive texture stack rhythmically wobbly analog and oscillate, slowly increasing in speed. Filtered vocal chop, drive, cave, drive, break line. What noise rises leading to drop? Breakline bounce, fat distorted bassline swings with syncopated drumming. Glitches, stabs, punctuate each loop segment. Classic UK bassline groove beats cybernetic glitch on funk. Vocal solid loop and break it, drive it, brook it, drive it. Cushion is tight and clicky with chop snares and break fragments. Drums out, leaving echo trails of glitchy elements. Ambient textures rise, modulated paths, rhythmic reverb tails. Full fracture loop, re-engage. Moves and melodies solidly introduce, looped and reversed. Clicky percussive, rapid vocal slicing. Bass swell and mechanical, taking sounds. Quick drum roll and a vocal burst. Break line, collapse. Bass line now layered with bleaching sauce. Drum breaks and real like shattered code. Fills every floor bar, energy chaotic. Robotic growl, drive cave. All the clocks are phenomenal break mode. Triple layered bass groove, glitch starters for impact. Hyperkinetic fills and micro breaks right outside of a brute, rebooting. Main terminal break mode. Triple layered bass groove, glitch starters for impact. Hyperkinetic fills and micro breaks. Breakdown sound, vocal loop, brutal. Inclusive city pitch glitches and sub hits. Glitch calls and slow down like a dice. Double echo fades, last distorted whisper. Complete, ends with glitch crackle and system click off. That distorted whisper, complete, ends with glitch crackle and system click off. Distorted whisper, complete, ends with glitch crackle and system click off. The pain pumps with cut left to right. The robotic voice says, initializing the brute protocol. Measuring pills, breaking with chop stands and break fragments. It drops out, leaving echo trails and glitchy elements. Ambient capture size, modulated paths, rhythmic reverb tails. Fracture, re-engage. Lucid melodies, slowly introduce loose fragments. Beat drops out, leaving echo trails of glitchy elements. Touch the little break mode. Triple layered bass groove, glitch starters for impact. Hyperkinetic fills and micro breaks. Breakdown style vocal loop. Threat signature detected. Static noise surges, a corrupted loading screen. Audio glitch loops are digital. Injecting payload. Malcode detected. Filters of pulses rise like infected heartbeats. Trap hacks hiss, servers like incoming malware. Gradual layering of glitching compression, scatter beats and fragmented snares. Bass trembles beneath, laced with a corrupted synth pad. Vocal glitch chant. Heat trap flux infiltrate. Bit rising warning siren spirals upward. Slamming distorted snare, ultra pitch modulated sub bassline. The touch flickering sync like malicious code is securing git pattern mimics machine gun burst rhythms. Auto attack. SM4333 initialized. High unfiltered spoils and chaotic energy into each measure. Baseline crashes into silent stutter robotic voice. System corrupted, running fallback protocol. Dismid synth drones like a dying hard drive. Oppression rebuild, but a focus on broken trap rolls and sub-rattling airways. Probing synth sound like distorted motor spidey System corrupted, budding filter sweeping up our black protocol. Put it toward the student protocol, protocol. Voice fucked up, start running now, come trap flux. Ends with rapid fire snare, basic that overloads, he glitches out. Corrupted tones faded to a glitchy heartbeat. Robotic tone fades in, and now finger is clocked out. Final distorted click, silence. Peace isolated word creates a sense of apocalypse like digital claws on steel. Breach on quick, torture, global smoke, symbol termination imminent. Beat cuts out, leaving behind only high pass bass pulses. System immigrates and real. Release of baseline, cyber metal. Just trapped behind the vintage seal group. Find new music, digital cross out steel. Breakdown code, but their culmination imminent. Domination minutes. Cut out, used with horror like cinematic swirls. And metallic pop fade sounds. Custom coded to static burst. From a corrupted comlink. You lit the malware. Root level detonation. Heaviest drop now fused to horror like cinematic swells. Pitch black subs ripple like sonar in a void. Dark cuts to static bursts. Full vocal line complete. Deploying Malco truck flux.
High static fades in with mechanical glitch pulsers and robotic whispers.
Tracing the malforming gauge.
Metallic reverb hits like steel beams falling into data.
Broken 808s blended in out of tune.
Slowly rising distortedly, shaped like an EKG spike.
Glitch drums begin stirring oppressively, aggressively. Randomized digital snaps. Local state and dumping out.
But full of glitch risers, pitch shifting violently. Final second cuts to silence with the warning beep.
Fall back, prevent, crush, bit, decay. Warp, FM, rounds with erratic modulation. Titan, aggressive layer with metal hits. Massive fills, off-grid timing layered with glass cracks.
Glitch, fluid, no path, reload.
No drop, break home. 808 kicks, reverse into base tunnel.
Clean paths and bridge briefly, rapid synthetic air, sudden interference burst. Settle everything I gauge. Ambient textures, move firewall alarms and bios beeps.
Stand out counted, but no, it's alive. Drop endless matter, raw speeds up. Randomized digital battery. Megalight and EKG's not great. Episode, record blades of lead. Final runs are hushed digital, runs are replay. Data, countdown. Start to, our fortune engage. No transmutation.
Layered glitch bases clash like AI bots in a feedback loop. Stuttered rhythm breaks between phrases, your vocal inserts. The chord as melody appears, then corrupts in real time.
Feedback burst, circuit power surges, reverse, coded lasers.
Stuff I beat with vinyl crackle.
Reverse, cross, ruin for death. Record, pressure, reverb, run like a villain, recovery drive. Baseline, still flushing in, 100%. Deeper for brutality. Battle facing with cyberpunk, flat films. All precaution broken into railless fragments. Loading glitch, melting. Anthem to remove,
Final signal, a robotic voice whispering one word. Disconnected. Ends with pixel dust dissolving into silence.
Work the fellas with fellas. Disconnected.
Ends with pixel dust dissolving into silence. Paths emerge briefly. Orifices interference, burden interference bursts, distort everything again. Ambient temperatures mimic firewall alarms and BIOS beeps. Whispered vocal rates now.
Conscious alive. Drop melons, left lane, zero, flames, read on. Place it up and it up, back ready, scroll, let's lead up. Land, glitch, ring, reverb, walls, rushing like waves, tap, right cross, straight down, that's not good enough, flashing like white neon. Someone's got it, where's word, it's alive.
Lippy spaces clash like AI bots and feedback loops. Their rhythm breaks between phrases, your vocal inserts. Your chord as melody appears and corrupts in real time.
Feedback burst, circuit power surges, reverse, coded lasers. Silver beat with vinyl crackle. Push a little false rhythm, feedback loop.
Power surges reverse coded late.
Stack overflow imminent. A robotic voice glitches into silence. Then a syncopated snare crawl builds with distorted uplink noise.
Bass drop detonates like a firewall breach.
Industrial drum hits. Wobbling sub-bass rolls underneath razor sharp hi-hats. Zippers buzz like corrupted waveforms melting silicon. Overload stack fire. Overload stack fire. Trap rhythm reboots will hear stuttered claps. Bassline pulses with binary coded rhythm on the Effects by crushers, glitch squirrels, and ramp bounce echoes. Burn it down, overload, pop the stack. Massive mid-bass surge kicks sound like a server room explosion. High-end synth stab slash through. Reverse close quotes pull into rhythmic black holes. Break beats layer in, warping through frequency tunnels. Everything cuts to eerie silence. Digital beeping in 5/4 time, mimicking system countdown. Recycle bomb, restart, repeat. Builds back with freezing cyberwave textures. Full power basslines crash like kernel panics. Triple layer distortion ground bass. Ear snap like cracked cables. Squishy glitch with spiral attack and lost madness. Synths fade in the flickering neon noise. Final line, stack fire complete. Came through and three. Bright synth pulses through like neon lights flickering in a digital city. Solo static interference simulates a virtual connection. Noted disruption detected, initiating disturbance protocol. Twinkling recursions gradually layering, invoking radiant data streams. With hi-hats and digit darken, gradually build rhythm. Rubber top slice the air and bit bend. Creating tension, weaving echoes with a blind cuff. Create tension, feel the drop. Heavy wobble and bass with sharp mid-range growls. Complex syncopated drum patterns, inflated glitch effects. Lead rhythmic radiant pulsing towards resembling circuit sparks. No disturbed overload. From content mimic data packets colliding. Music strip back, office third pads and filtered noise. Distant mechanical sounds and faint glitch voices with verbal warnings. Soft melody plays with subtle pitch modulating symphony techno chaos. Lead rebuilds with rising intensity. Staccato synths repeat rhythmic patterns. Vocal glitch samples speed up. D1 from beat clean project archive gradually world reverend. Falling from spiral with distorted sublitters. The components become more complex. On beats and rhythms, curl, twitch and fuse melodies. Fine splits and big crush distortions fill the spills in space. Music breaks down to minimal clean percussion and eerie paths. Robotic vocal fragments are beats, brutalized. Sound design, digital carcass overwhelming. Elements return with maximum intensity. Bass grows deeper and more impressive. Drums and synths layer tightly with glitch similar glyphs. Vocal samples echo the track title. Enter the percussion, no undistorted, no. All elements return with maximum intensity. Bass grows deeper and more aggressive. Drums and synths layer tightly with glitch fills and glyphs. Vocal samples echo the track title in shout form. Enter the percussion, no distorted or disturbed, burden Digital vines of synths weaving in and out. Access, practice. Soft metallic clangs echo like underground machinery. Merge, sequence, engage. Increasing tempo with jump snares and glitch effects. Rising bass pulses sync with stuttering synth leads. Loud, merge, slam, merge. Fill the sweeps, build tension to one drop. Heavy, distorted bass with sharp attack and wobble modulation. Covers rhythmic drills and layered glitches and snaps. Vocals out, interspersed with digital growls. Energetic synth stabs driving the slam core groove. Little fade pause, considered pass. Atmospheric pads with filtered noise and metallic echoes. Subtle glitch percussion taps and reverse samples. Whispered phrase, merge complete. Last hi-hat rolls and snare build up. Fast house descending in pitch and pitching early iteration sequence engage. Increasing tempo with sharp snares and glitch effects. Rising bass pulses sync with stuttering synth. Rising bass pulses sync with stuttering synth leads. Slam, merge, sequence, engage. Increasing tempo with chop snares and glitch effects. Rising bass pulses sync with stuttering synth leads. Merge, slam, merge, slam, merge, sequence, engage. Heavy distorted bass with sharp attack and wobble modulation. Handles rhythmic trips with layered glitches and snaps. Vocal shots and drives from digital to snaps. Vocal chops and dispersed with layered glitches and snaps. Vocal chops and dispersed with digital distortion. And with heavy bass and followed by glitch decay. Heavy metallic lines and notes and synth drones. Final whisper, system offline. Hands are soft digital static. And snare buildups into this ascending in pitch and intensity. No roof, range, trickle, settle, good, produce, sample, glee, boot. Rising white noise, English, swing bursts with groups. Whispered phrase with percussion taps and reverse samples. First complete, crush complete. Last hi-hat rolls and snare build up. It's a sus ascend with punchy kicks and glitchy snares. Related sense of progressive modulation and distortion. Vocal shuffle and imperfect patterns, rhyming synthetic synth cuts with the mix. No means it's a fluid with synthesis of the sound and glitchy snares. It's into regular wood decay. Snares into slow punchy kicks and glitchy snares. Sense with a guided bass for modulation and distortion. Vocal shop forming rhythmic patterns, driving synth lead cuts through the mix. Cuts through the noise, tape sense with fluids from the mix. Tether root echoes and thrilling effects and subtle glitches. Metallic color fading in and out. Digital wisdom.
Atmospheric glitch, turbulence, eerie tension build. Lo-fi motor noise dissolves into a gritty ambience. Robotic whisper, routing audio to panic layer, initiating subsonic override.
Rising tone distortion pulses in the heartbeat rhythm. Drag pads clicking rapidly like a ticking time bomb. Bass swell builds tension layered with distant clanging alarms. Synth lead winds like a wire being pulled taut. Vocal slice echoes.
Wire break, panic layer.
Highline collapse. Slamming kicks their combo with broken machine syncopation. Urging neural baseline fragments, reform surges. Each bar brings mutated low and no loop stays the same. Short circuit effects distort across the stereo field. Drop vocal stabs, static engaged. Phrase system failing. Mid-drop stop distorted silence, broken light echoing pings and reversed reverb. Robotic voice whisper. Drilled high and synth ups weaving over wobbling bass. Tremor triggered snare tap build pressure. Wire panic layer drop. Dub layer corrupt. Baseline up fractured in a stubborn burst. Severe distortion, occasional filter sweeps, glitching mid-beat. Some textures become colder, metallic, sudden stops, start dynamics to throw the listener off. Balance, shout out sample, wire frame coming, dumping bass sector. Echoed pad with frozen cyber choir underneath. Minimalist percussive tick simulate failing signal. Bass fades into static, then guides system offline. Prepare control subsonic override. Full power missing with brutal layered distortion. Some heavy wrist bass trembles beneath laser trap snares. Vocals completely glitched. Low sub-drone fades into static ashes. Robotic final statement, wireframe disengaged awaiting next breach. Ends on a single sharp beep, when I'm on a dirt flatlining.
Wireframe disengaged awaiting next breach. Ends on a single sharp beep, like a monitor flatlining.
Mechanical grinding sounds with low sub pressure. Scattered digital alarms flicker in stereo. Ambient hums swell with a distorted voice. System stress at 99%, initiating subsonic response. Hi-hat start layering in polyrhythm. Robotic vocal stutters, panic, layer. Gated reverb sweeps the rising white noise. Reverse cymbals and glitch growls signal the drop. Flood. Mechanical grinding sounds with low sub pressure. Scattered digital alarms flicker in stereo. Ambient hums swell with a distorted voice. System stress at 99%, initiating subsonic response. Clear detonation. Rush from neural-based revolts and elastic stuttering patterns. Snappy hits intercom with machine gun fills. With a simple rhythm. Fully fractured and resembled wire fray. Panic layer ignites layers. Constantly evolves, doesn't lose the same wave voice. Everything cuts to a granular freeze. Echoes of previous baseline shitter and non-shitter. So rumble. A robotic whisper trails through. Subsonic trickles. Football spills like an oncoming heat. Beast. Bass crowds swell under a synthetic siren. Blood accelerates into digital chaos. Right of frame meltdown. Sometimes sound tear out, beats like fluctuate aggressively. Kick heavy rhythm with twisty fills and sudden silences. Mid-rock glitches, filters sweep up mid-range world raps that slam back and replay more so wobbling deep-soon monster. Slows to half tempo with dark cinematic ambiance. Faint voice modulator mutters. We lost control of sub-layers. Rearing backup protocols. Panic layer protocols finalized. Triple syncopated bass stack layer over into dust accelerate costing Morse code. Console subside panic layer. Healthly control. That's both with starting full stop glitch crash. High-map filtered ambiance and slowing pulse. System audio phase out layer erupted sound. Last was the reboot or beat the panic. Active battery moves. Or reboot. Or a beat the panic. Subsonic threshold ends with a sudden full stop glitch crash. High pass filtered ambiance and a flowing pulse. System audio fades out like a corrupted shutdown. Last whisper, beat proof or beat the panic. threshold exceeded. Stuttering blast like voice stabs. Percussion rapid fire hi-hats and snappy claps. Bits crush rise with pitch jumps. Emergency alert, siren builds tension. Beat spike, and keys a bite. Drop stinger. Hits with fire burst layers. Drum step kick, snare, boss, rhythm. Blast by scream with distortion. The wobble layered with thermal flex and high and sizzle. Filtered fire samples with reverse wings. Sex vocal with stabilize the core. Melodic motif and a warm synth. Hiding upward tempo begins recharging. Effects stutter glitch risers. Local third samples with reversed wings. It's too hot. Stabilize the core. Melodic motif and a warm synth playing upward tempo begins recharging. The glitch risers, filters bring the heat. Tempo glitch jumps up to a 1v4 full speed. Tension at peak, drop, blast, light, meltdown. Massive bass walls with distortion kicks. Inline flamethrowers, throwers. Blasted, bited, burning. Switch up section with 3-bar lurch and bass reversal. The burning. Switch up section with 3-bar lurch and bass reversal. Reversal, these filters slow and slow. Smoke release, clicking thermometer. That's a female vocal with vertical burn terms and pounds. Rubber no speed, glitching, clicking overlays. The limit section, every core style fill. System failure, blast by terminated. Cut off of this fade digital crackle. Lo-fi crackle, fade melting digital tones. FX final pulse, silence. Blast blank, straight up blast blank terminated. Sudden cut off into silence with fade digital crackle. Lo-fi crackles fade, melting digital tones. FX final reboot, pulse, silence. Slow hum of corrupted code, binary beats forming a broken melody. Distorted voice, Trojan and mount vector initializing. Drum clicks fade and paired with gritty glitches in the back. Bass heartbeat pulses under the surface. Sex layering like stacking code. Vocal setups, deployed a vector. Riser is the reverse mode, losing the scream. Glitch hats and distorted snare rolls build anticipation. Final silence with distant terror chime. Drum vector deployed. Heavy stomp, rhythm bass, each note distorted like circuit bursts. Kick and snare feels surgically sharp. Lead synth, laser lead bouncing across octaves. Circus sparks, fireball alarm tones. Vocal chop and rhythm, link. CL4W, V3's torn bleed. Feedback loop, break and bass, echoes spiral. Slow code, ambiance, clicking noises like infected files. Replicating voice, soda glitch, female system moving like confirmed infection level. Catastrophic distance of bass pulse under reverb. Wash on the left pad tries to form glitches and tears apart. Countdown distorted, 3, 2, those are turn flying, beating data, error, stutter, noise. As riser, more aggressive than drum horn. Slamming bass hits with rapid glitch stutters. Trap rhythm combo with a mid drop. Audio detonation effect, simplifies like a short circuit robotic yell. Vector locked, everything comes to a dull HUD. Randomized data pings and alert tones. Sounds of a virtual environment collapsing. Static vocals loop, access revoked, access access revoked. Deadlock bass mode, gaze over the bass shop. Emotion neural style fills and reverse clap. These synths now layer the jagged yoke to distortion. Gotcha! Plus pistol for them. Bends with full system overload. No. High frequency tone slowly fades. Robotic breath, vector decomposed. Ends with one loud click like a power kill switch. Clicking noises like infected files, replicating voice storage. Feeble system moving like confirmed defection level, catastrophic distance of baseballs under reverb wash. Audit pad tries to form glitches and tears of podcast. Since distorted outro, with repeating data error started noise as rise after the drop one, the distant is a podcast. Now they distorted and freeze, twitches and periods. The thunder, a blood counter, the big blood rush. Anthem, brilliant slam, gold from bloody ditches. There's something, never glitches, disappear. More aggressive than drop one. Explain the bass hits with rapid glitch stoners. Covered and convoluted, the double live on the judging reflex. Single fly slice like a short circuit, robotic gel. Factor light, factor locked. Everything cuts to a dull hum. Randomized data pings and other tone sounds of a virtual environment. Collapsing, standing full loop. Access revoked. Separate lock base mode. Everything cuts to a dull hum. Randomized data pings and alert tones. Sounds of a virtual environment. Collapsing, static vocals looped. Access revoked. The deadlock base mode. Chaotic phrasing, brutal bass jumping, noisy noodle style fills and reverse claps. Lead synths now layered with jagged up to distortion. Glitch sparkles, low sub hum. Digital rain fades in. Distorted voice glitching. Initialized sync overload imminent. Basslines creeping through the wire. Heat wave pulsing, running fire. Neon cracks and frozen chrome. We melt the night inside the dome. At tempo, glitched out delay. Frequencies bend, systems decay. Sync the beat, crash the frame. Upload rage, enter flame. Room hypersync, meltdown. Bassline rips the code out. Firewall, tears, clicks, great shouts. Sparks fly wild as the snare slams down. Kick drum drilling, data's burned. Every drop, another turn. Trap wave bounce with cyber grit. Now feel the overload hit. Vulnerable bass not found. Glitch box spiral round. 0 point rhythm freeze. Loop back in bass disease. Certain hits screaming ultra violent. Snare locks tight and riot silence. Quarter echoes lost commands. We're dancing in corrupted lands. No reboot, no safe restore. You came for bass, we give you raw. Initiate meltdown program. Glitch in 3, 2, 1. Drop to drop. Glitch in 3, 2, 1. Harsh voltage twisted slams so loud
electric glitch effects scatter like shards of broken glass. Dark, pulsing sub-bass hums beneath metallic clanks of sharp digital clicks. Robotic voice murmurs fragment detected. Heavy reverb, atmospheric paths add tension. Atmospheric paths add tension. Modulates with rhythmic stutters. Vocal chops, glitch and fade. Layered with rising synth. Circulates with filter strings and white noise builds. From explosive bass drops with fractured synth leads. The rhythm is aggressive with syncopated trap drums and distorted 808 kicks. Glitch effects slice through the mix, creating a fractured soundscape. Bassline pulsates dynamically, weaving between deep lows and mid-range grips. Fragments, a filtered robotic voice repeats. System fragments, sound like fragments, techno meets snares. Let's start rhythmically. Fragmented feel the track pushes forward with high energy and digital chaos. Sounds unravel into glitch noise and fading bass hums. Final robotic whisper, fragment completes. Fragment with glitch decay and silence.
Pulsating synth pad sets a moody atmosphere away with crisp digital glitches and faint vocal samples. We check the bass, subtle pucks of click sound, existent metallic sounds create a sense of anticipation and tension. Synth risers leap upward with filtered white noise and rhythmic hi-hats. Vocal chops stutter in sync with increasing scales. The bassline gradually intensifies, vibrating beneath with cooling power as the indicator builds toward the drop. Snares rolling hi-hats and syncopated percussion. The synth beats ripple and wobble, creating a dynamic dance floor already groove. Intensity drops briefly to a spacey breakdown with ambient pads and filtered vocal samples. Glitch textures weave through the mix. A subtle sub-bass keeps the momentum alive beneath the surface. First climb with increasing velocity accompanied by rapid-fire hi-hats and snappy snares. Vocal chops echo and pitch shift, adding urgency as the track prepares for the final drop. The second drop hits harder with layered glitch bass lines, aggressive synth leads, and intricate percussion patterns. The rhythm is tight and energetic, pushing the track's intensity to peak levels with a rich, textured. Boom. The track fades out with glitchy echoes, digital effects, and a diminishing bass pulse, leaving an afterglow of energy and anticipation. Short digital glitch FX cascade like broken code fragments. A gritty synth drone hums beneath, punctuated by crackling static and sporadic data bursts. Robotic vocal sample loops, system crash, imminent, layered with digital alarm tones. Digital alarm tones. Heavy trap hi-hats and claps kick in alongside rising white noise and ascending synth risers. Vocal chops echo in a fragmented, stuttering pattern, building tension. The bass shift, the bass line begins to thicken, vibrating under the layers. Boom! A crushing, distorted bass hits, aggressive punch, trap percussion powers the groove. The syncopated snares and sharp hi-hats. Switchy synth stabs cut through the mix, adding a metallic edge. The drop pulses with raw energy, cyberpunk grit. The energy pulls back to eerie pads and swirling synth textures. A whispered vocal crash, the system fades in and out. Filtered glitch effects dance lightly around the atmosphere. The bass returns heavier and more complex. The beat intensifies with faster hi-hats and layered percussion. Synth leads grow sharper with pitch crush and distortion effect. Layer 4 rougher industrial feel. The track tries for a relentless power. Layers peel away gradually, leaving glitchy textures and a fading bass hum. Final robotic voice echoes system reboot. The track ends with a digital crash sound and silence. The track opens
sounds with glitchy modulated clicks and reverse percussion like a system booting up a deep atmospheric pad. Hovers in the background while digital fragments ping and stutter. The vocal whisper bounce rate, zero repeat pitch and reverted snare rolls intensify in a growling sub-bass fades and revitalize and uplifters stretch up with layered with glitch noise and rises that simulate data overload. The tension snaps as the vocal shouts, let it drop. Boom, a seismic distorted bassline drops like a glitchy earthquake. The drums slap with punchy kicks and syncopated snares. The lead synth is jagged and mimicking back and transfer errors, weaving through the groove with heavy swing and stop time moments. Micro glitches and sample chops give it a crunchy techie vibe. The filter sweet transitions into a haunting melodic fragment chop vocals over distant ambience. There's a clean silent after every note, three note motif, background effects simulated network going offline. The back online is calm before the chaos. Fill stack like firewall warnings. The risers are layered with phasing laser sweeps and analog screeches. Snare rolls pick up double time and stop abruptly. The second drop is even filthier. A mutated bass growl with halftime rhythm syncopated to hit harder. Wobble bass accents and hi-hat triplets drive it into bounce heaven. The groove is infectious, the kind that forces head nods and fist pumps. Sound slowly pixelated, disassemble. The vocal whispers return with a glitch delay. 0, 0 fades into white noise and a soft pad sweep. Trap the cup. The seismic, distorted bassline drops like a glitchy earthquake. The drums slap with punchy kicks and syncopated snares. The lead synth is jagged and mimicking packet transfer errors, weaving through the groove at heavy swing and stop time moments. Micro glitches and sample chops give it a crunchy techie vibe. A filter sweep transitions into a haunting melodic fragment chop vocals over distant ambience. There's a clean silent FD note, three note motif, background effects simulated network going offline. The back online is calm before the chaos. Still stack like firewall warnings. The risers are layered with phasing laser sweeps and analog screeches. The snare rolls pick up double time and stop abruptly. The second drop is even filthier. A mutated bass growl with halftime rhythm syncopated to hit harder. Wobble bass accents and hi-hat triplets drive it into bounce heaven. The groove is infectious, the kind that forces head nods and fist pumps. Sound slowly pixelated, disassemble. The vocal whispers return with a glitch delay. 0, 0 fades into white noise and a soft pad sweep. Icy synth pad swells with crystalline textures layered over the sound of distant electrical crackles and subtle white noise reminiscent of a frozen wasteland. A looping vocal sample chopped and pitch shifted murmurs cryptic phrases like voltage rising and freeze the signal, setting a cold futuristic mood. It kicks in with a deep pulsing sub-bass and crisp syncopated hi-hat. A distant element even green tension, a rising tension. The rising filter sweeps over a sharp symphony that emulates Arctic winds swirling through neon-lit canyons. Boom, the bass drops with a sharp mirror funk-inspired wobble fused with glitch hop intricacies. The beat is fast and aggressive with stuttering snares and metallic percussion clashing rhythmic chaos. Synth stabs cut through the mix like shards of ice, giving the drop a biting edge. The intensity subsides slightly, fading into atmospheric pads and icy soundscapes. Subtle glitch effects and reversed vocal chops echo softly, maintaining an eerie of frozen moves and wasteland hovering beneath the surface. A looping faint vocal sample chopped and pitch shifted. Murmurs swell with rising pitch bends and white noise bursts. The beat quickens with rapid hi-hats and rolling snares. Vocal stutters and glitch effects increase, driving the track towards its climax. The second drop intensifies with heavier bass wobble and layered glitch percussion. Rhythmic complexity increases. increases with syncopated drum fills and aggressive synth leads cutting sharp through the mix. The energy peaks with a chaotic yet controlled frenzy of sound. The track fades out on chilly synth pads and scattered glitch fragments slowly dissipating like frost melting under neon lights.
Shimmering synth pads float over a digital haze. The chaos ripple like neon light reflections. A dreamy vocal sample whispers enter the cyber dreams. Subtle ambient noise sets an immersive, unwelcoming mood. The middle sparkles soft reverb like white noise. Sharp hi-hats and crisp snares begin to form a steady rhythm. Bass frequencies subtly pulse under glitch symphony. Vocal chops echo and stretch build in anticipation. Wizards swell with a smooth filter opening. The bass drops with a warm yet punchy synth lead. Trap percussion hits with tight snares rolling bowling hi-hats and delay and kicks. Glitch textures and layers, weave with groove. Smooth balance between beat fades out, weaving airy synth pads and distant vocal echoes. Soft filtered voice whispers dreams unfolding. Ambient glitch effects add texture. Bass and drums return with added entry and layered synth leads. Drop hi-hats roll passive rhythms on the burner. Fluctuate the rhythm, enhancing the cyber rhythm and kinetic atmosphere. Track rides a wave of dreamy energy and bass power. Gradually strip back to synth pads and fading bass pulses. Final whispered phrase, awake from the dream. The track ends with soft glitch echoes fading into silence.
A shimmering digital atmosphere opens the track, sparkling synth pad light with subtle big crush textures and distant vape style vocals. Soft digital static and glitchy clicks flutter like distant data signals, awakening the mood as ethereally charged, setting a futuristic sonic landscape. Slowly, a warm synth lead emerges, weaving a catchy melody with slight pitch modulation. A deep sub-bass gently pulses beneath, syncing with a rising filter sweep. Elements fade in smooth hi-hats like claps and a soft kick drum building anticipation. The track feels like it's entering a digital dreamscape. The bass kicks in with a rich, full-bodied future bass synth layer. With glitch wash, the rhythm bounces with syncopated trap-inspired beats punctuated by sharp snares and crisp hi-hats. Digital crush effects ripple throughout, creating an immersive sound wave. The melodic clicks that warps in real time. They could drop a dynamic alive feeling. The energy pulls back to a more spacious atmospheric section. Lash pads and reverb, heavy vocal chops float over a minimal beat. Occasional glitch textures sprinkle in as the synth lead softly hums and meows in a backrow soup is a ranking cybernetic vibe. The ride builds back with snappy claps, rolling hi-hats and rising synth stabs. The bass gently ramps up in intensity, layered with a filtered white noise riser. Vocal samples pedals create anticipation for the second drop. The second drop unleashes a powerful crush wave, bassline thick, distorted and layered with shimmering synths and glitch effects. The rhythm intensifies with rapid-fire trap drums and dynamic breaks. The melodic elements become more complex, weaving between glitchy stutters and smooth future bass lines, giving a rich textural depth. The track winds down sound with built-in synths, pads invading, glitch effects slowly dissolving into soft digital static and distant echoes. The last sounds feel like a data stream disconnecting, leaving a lingering futuristic vibe. Digital pulses and flickering glitch effects set a tense atmosphere. Deep sun bass drums beneath metallic taps and robotic whispers. Collider active. Atmospheric synth pads create sci-fi ambience. Anesthesia glitch tabs built with white noise. Drum hi-hats as air rolls pick up bass layered with rising synth phrases. The bass begins with rhythmic modulation. Vocal top glitch inside building tension. Sweet white noise whisper baffling rock. Amateur rock. There's a bass drop, heavy distortion, rumble bass layers, syncopate trap drums, driving grooves, sharp snares, rolling hi-hats, lead synths, flicker and twist with glitch effects, add a robotic bass to shoot the bassline pulse dynamically, pushing forward aggressively. Beat drops out, leaving atmospheric pads and subtle glitch, settle glitch textures. Robotic ultras, deeper cascades, drums with even more intensity, layered with growling mid-range synths, percussion quickens, hi-hats roll rapidly, snares snap sharply, glitch leads weave through the mix with pitch modulation and rhythmic stutters, energy peaks with a futuristic cyberpunk vibe. Elements slowly strip away to glitch noise and fading bass drones. Final whisper, collider shut down, standby. Track ends with digital decay and silence.
Assisted sonar pain echoes from vast digital reverb like scanning a rotor datascape. All glitch textures flicker low, pulsing side notes tension underneath. Robotic voice slowly fades in, entering drop zone, echo feel unstable. Fast, repeating sonar blips, low pass filtered drone, digital static. Stereo tighten, a glossy let-out arpeggiator runs, fractured scales splintering like broken mirrors. Bubble jumps, glitching stereo, tracks, bands, running like a crash into walls of high-end. Black lights. Baseline rips downward like a data bomb, detonating mid-code. Main rhythm bounces, syncopating glitch hits and running. Glitch and light, consume the rocket tune some crowds. Drum bounces, distortion, while down a synth step like a one synth step through like alarm signals. Imagine those step inside a promo firewall. All sound has except a deep heartbeat, pulse and breathy pads, then a reverb, heavy voice whisper, pepper, second contact. Follow bloodborne break, glitch and tactical reload effects. And now the beat's layered with a blinding mechanical growl. With mixing certified between bass drums. Affection from the pictures we were fucking making the whole mix feel like a living AI glitching under pressure. Leads dissolve into reversed echoes. A final sonar ping echoes into silence. A message plays, drop zone compromised, extract immediately. Then system fade out, full stop. From the rusty later rips down the record. Detonating mid-code. Main rhythm bounces and syncopated glitch hits and wide into sub-growls. Hit drum punches with clip distortion on metallic on the same stitch step through like alarm signals. And matching dubstep inside a crumbling firewall. All sound cuts except the deep heartbeat, pulse and breathy bass, and the reverb, heavy voice whisper, pepper, glitch hits and wide into sub-growls. Kick drum punches with clip distortion on metallic and stay step like alarm synth step through a latching dubstep inside a crumbling firewall. All sound cuts except the deep heartbeat, pulse and breathy pads. Then a reverb, heavy voice whispers, prepare for second contact, followed by an abrupt uplink glitch. glitch and tactical reload effects.
Now the bass is layered with a grimy, mechanical growl. Rhythmic synth stutter slice between bass drops. Effects chain, flange up, big crush, reverb ducking. The whole mix feel like a living AI glitching under pressure.
Leads dissolve into reversed echoes. A funnel sonar ping echoes into silence. A message plays, drop zone compromised, extract immediately. Then system fade out, full stop.
Hides in like cold wind through steel corridors. Fucking frost crackle effects that perfectly distorted, restored. Visual slam grid, power to call, frostbite. A robotic countdown. 3, 2, 1. Pepper of effects, cold reverb tails, glassy clicks, icy static wash. Echoing to get to thump under glitching hi-hats. Ice synth blocks up edgy and rapidly. Digital stutters increase, freeze speed. Reverse riser climbs like a frozen cyst stall falling. Watching no escape. Heavy bass slams like ice blocks crashing into steel. Trap snares double time. A frigid lead synth rips and patterns like digital snow slicing through data. With the glitch pop simulate ice shatter. Massive sub-energy. Cold wide and distort. Everything freezes. Beat halts, frost black path rises. Short sign vocal slam grid breach. Metallic text just echo in deep space. The is even colder and more aggressive. Glitch baseline out pulses with distorted sub-sweep. Slate sleeps look colder and more aggressive. Glitch baseline out pulses with distorted sub-sweep. Sleep then to modulates like a cold sword. Color don't like breaking ice shards. But not like engage. Beat slows, lead detunes into lacy echoes. Final static pulses fade under reverse breath. Last line shut down complete. System frozen. Electric crackles spark against a backdrop of deep, pulsating synth packs. Subtle glitch effects flicker rhythmically as distorted vocal chops whisper on soft bucket taps. Build a steady groove, creating a dark, charged atmosphere primed for impact. Synthesizers twist and rise with layered white noise sweeps and stuttering hi-hats, full vocal chops, and fragmented commands, increasing in intensity alongside snappy snares. The sub-bass thump steadily preparing for the drop. The heavy distorted bassline bursts in, layered with glitch-infused synth weaves and syncopated traps to rhythms. The percussion cuts sharp with rolling hi-hats and stuttering snares, propelling the track forward. Soundscape is chaotic yet controlled, bursting with energy and precision. Energy depths into a filtered breakdown with atmospheric pads and glitch textures. By the vocal snippets float in the mix, adding an eerie cyberpunk vibe. The bassline thunders subtle beneath, maintaining tension. Reapers and vocal chops intensify, interwoven with cascading hi-hats and rapid snare rolls. The synths modulate with increasing urgency, driving the track toward its climax. The final drop unleashes layered glitch bass lines, aggressive synth stabs, and intricate percussion. The rhythm grows more complex with rapid fire fills and dynamic modulation, pushing energy to its peak, perfect for festival crowds. The track fades with digital echoes and glitch effects, leaving a lingering pulse that slowly dissolves into silence.